Hello friends, in today's video I'm trying a new technique. Well, it's new to me. I hope that you enjoy watching this video and seeing what turned out good and what didn't. What was a success and what was a fail. Let me know in the comments below what you thought was successful and what you thought was a fail. Let's get crafting. We're going to start off today with this little canvas banner that I got off Oriental Trading in bulk, and this image that I created in Canva and printed on my new printer that I use sublimation ink in. You do need to reverse the image before you print it. Then we're going to put it face down on this canvas. I'm going to preheat my canvas by simply ironing it a little bit, and then I'm going to place the image where I want it on the canvas. I'm going to use my heat press at 375 degrees for 40 seconds, and I'm going to put as much pressure as I can, just holding it with my hands. You could probably use a household iron, but it's hard to tell how much temperature you're getting with that. Now it's very hot. I'm going to remove carefully. I'm going to let this cool down for a few seconds. Then I'm going to remove it carefully. This turned out beautiful. Now it is recommended, and you get best results if you use 100% polyester with sublimation. Now I'm taking a little bit of dark wax on my brush. This is just a makeup brush. I have them linked in my Amazon store. They work great for what am I using? DIY dark wax. And I'm just going to brush a little bit here and there. This was not 100% polyester, but it happened to turn out great. Now you can see I'm just making a simple little bow. I was going to try to put some florals on. Did not like the way that it looked. I really did love the simplicity of this with the little Bible verse. I wanted the focus to be on the Bible verse. That he owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. That comes out of Psalms, and it's talking about basically that God owns everything, and that if he can take care of that, he can take care of us. So we're just going to glue this little bow down to the center, and this one is finished. Our next project is equally as simple. I have this little sign that I picked up at Dollar Tree, and it's beautiful just as it is to put something on. I created this little image in Canva as well. I'm going to leave linked in the description box a great channel to go to for tutorials on how to use Canva, or you can just find images, printable images. You can purchase images off of Etsy. However you need to get your images, but you just print them off with sublimation ink and now press them on. It's super easy. Now I used my little Cricut mini press. It gets super hot on high, and I pressed it for probably 45 seconds to a minute. Now I'm letting it cool off, and be still and know that he is God, you know, is one of my favorite verses. And I have a friend who loves watermelons, and I'm going to gift this to her. And so I'm just taking a little bit of that dark wax and just rubbing it around the edges of that frame and on the beads. Now I'm going to take a little bit of canvas drop cloth and cut some little strips, and then I have some red, and I'm just checking to see if it's the right length that I would like for it to be. I have this red striped ribbon that I got at Hobby Lobby. I'm going to cut some lengths of it about the same length. And then I had this macrame yarn, and I'm just going to unravel it and just use the pieces a little bit thinner like that. And then I'm going to cut them all the same length. We're just going to make a messy bow. Kind of a rag bow, if you will. And then I cut some twine in the red, green, and burlap. And then I'm going to use this Bodabra that my friend Brandy from Making It My Own DIYs gave to me as a gift, and I'm going to make a little bow. Just a little messy bow. Just layer them all up and layer them all up. And you see that I have that piece of string across the bottom, and then I just bring it up and tie it super tight, knot it up, and then trim all my little pieces to about the same length. And then I'm just going to tie it to that beaded hanger. And then it was a little bit floppy, so I took my staple gun and I stapled the back pieces of that bow to the wooden frame. And then I decided it needed a little something right in the center of that bow. So my friend Favi said it needed a little wooden bead button. So I think it turned out adorable. We interrupt our regularly scheduled crafting program to bring you a little craziness. HTV Ront sent me a hat press so that I could make some creative hats. As you can tell, I'm not really a hat person, so I didn't even know how to put this hat on. Okay, I made some hats. I used some sublimation. I used some vinyl. Let's see how they turned out. Okay, let's open this box. First, the hat heat press came in this box. It came really nicely packaged. It comes with an instruction book with everything that you need to know. It even comes with some wonderful heat settings and lots of good information here. Temperatures, times, pressure, everything, which is very helpful. You can also find that information on the internet in numerous websites. It also has that in several different languages. So we're going to pull out all the pieces and get rid of the box and unwrap this and get started making projects. It has a very nice soft carrying bag. It has the soft piece that goes on top of the firm piece so that we can press the hats. Also has the pressing iron, which is very cool. It has a curved iron so that it works well with a curved surface. Now, we're ready to get started. We're all set up, and we're going to put this on here just as it goes. And of course, I didn't follow all the instructions. I thought I could figure it out myself, and yeah, it kind of didn't work real good, and I had to start over. So here we go, starting over. We're going to put this down on the end, pull it really nice and tight, get it on there nice and tight. Come on, use your body, get it in there. There you go. And then I created this in Canva as well, and it was just a little image, and I'm going to use the heat resistant tape. I ordered it on Amazon, and I'm just going to tape it down to this hat. This hat is 100% polyester. I'm pretty sure this was made by Magellan. And I'm putting down on the screen the temperature and the time, and I applied a decent amount of pressure. Now when I took this off, it was beautiful. This was great. It did press a little bit of you can see where the press was. I just simply took the press and pressed that out. And my husband loved the way this turned out because he loves to fish. Our next hat is 100% cotton. It is from Walmart. It came from the little girls section, and it is an adorable little bucket hat. I'm making this for a little friend of mine who knows that I love strawberries, and every time she sees strawberries, she tells her mama to send me the pictures of it and how we're going to wear matching dresses or matching shirts or whatever it is that she finds. I think it's adorable. So I'm going to just pull this little hat down. I'm trying to find the center of the back of where that strawberry was. And so I created her name in Canva, and I'm going to tape it down with that heat-resistant tape. Do not use regular tape with this. It will not work. It will melt all over your project. So we're just going to tape it down. All of these processes are basically the same. The temperature is a little bit different, the time's a little bit different, and the pressure is a little bit different. Like I said, in that manual it has those settings for you, or you can find them very easily by using Mr. Google on the internet. This one, I think, turned out precious. Okay, this pink hat is 100% cotton. It also came from Walmart, and it was in the hat section. And I created this image in Canva, and it is my logo. And I pressed it for the time that I provided for you on the screen, and it did not come out as vibrant as I would have liked. And not sure why this shows up purple on the screen, but it just looks like a distressed image on the hat. Okay, so now we're going to use some vinyl. I created this in Cricut Design Space and cut it out on heat transfer vinyl, and going to use this at 375 and hit the button. Used quite a bit of pressure. Can you see the veins popping out in my hands? And peel this off. I'm trying to make sure I'm in frame here, and this one turned out fantastic. I love this one. This gray hat is black HTV vinyl, and I did not get filmed the process, but it's the same as the previous cap, and I think it turned out fantastic. Okay, our next project is not using the heat hat press. This is, I created that in that image right there in Canva, and we're just going to press it on a little canvas bag. And let's see how this turns out. Let's let it cool off for a few seconds because it's very hot. Oops. Guess what? I had it on there backwards. Hey, it happens. Okay, let's try it again. I have the settings on the screen for you. You can take a screenshot, you can rewind it, whatever you need to do, or just use your manual. I think this little bag is adorable. Okay, now I have this round canvas. This is very high quality round canvas. It was gifted to me in a box of goodies, and then I created this image in Canva. I printed it on the sublimation printer. The printer was sublimation ink. It wasn't technically a sublimation printer. I just put sublimation ink in it. You cannot use a printer that has ever had regular ink in it. You can only ever have had sublimation ink in it. If you have any questions about it, please feel free to ask me in the description box below, and I'll answer whatever I can. But you can see that it did not transfer in the middle because I didn't have anything for it to have pressure against. So I took those little round cardboard discs and a little terracotta bowl, because that's what I could find that would work to let it have some pressure. So I had to try to line this thing back up perfectly where it was. Do you think I did? Let's see if I got that thing lined up perfectly. Let's see if this was a fail or if this was a success. What do you think? What are you thinking? Ta-da! Yes, it came out great. Okay, now I have this beaded garland that I got off Shein for like $1 something, just a little over $1. And I'm going to glue it all the way around this round canvas. And I originally thought I was going to leave those tassels sticking up at the top. And you'll see that I tie them together with a piece of twine. Once I get them all glued down, I'm going to tie them together with that piece of jute twine. I do flip it over, and I put a little drop of hot glue in the knot so that it won't come undone. And then I just trim off those little tails. Now, I thought that that was going to be cute, but just wait. Okay, so I have these little hydrangeas that I picked up at Joann's on clearance after season 1 year. I've had them for a couple of seasons, and I just picked up a few little pieces and hot glued it to the top of this. And then you're going to see that I cut all those top little sticky out pieces. I cut that all off. And then I decided I wanted the lettering to be darker. So I went ahead and took my black paint pen, and just went over the be still and know. I did have a friend that told me that if you sprayed this with a fixative first on the canvas, that it would iron on better. And I'm going to take a very fine tip Sharpie and go over those letters that have a thinner line. And I just left the vine like it was because I liked that. So here's the final result. Let's grab some canvas drop cloth and an image that I created on Canva. I didn't show you, so I just popped it on the screen there for you. I think this is so cute. We're just going to press it down there, 375 degrees, hold it with some good firm pressure, and it transferred beautifully on that canvas drop cloth. I'm going to trim it down just a little bit. I'm going to fray the edges, pull those strings out a little bit to make the edges a little bit, frayed. This was my first time using sublimation, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. There's a learning curve to which type of materials and fabrics it works well on. 100% polyester works the best, and canvas drop cloth works great. Now we're going to take this Dollar Tree sign, very similar to the one we used earlier, and going to just use some dark DIY wax around the edges and on the beaded hanger. Then we're going to just take our little piece of canvas drop cloth that we put our image on, and we're going to just put a little hot glue on each corner and pop it right down in the middle and adhere it nicely. Then I have this piece of 2 little pieces of ribbon that I cut the ends at an angle, and just going to use some jute twine and tie it up in the middle to make a very simple bow. And I'm going to glue that right in the center of this frame up on top. And I'm going to make a very simple little shoestring twine bow. Actually, I think I made a 2-looper on this one. Probably did a finger bow. And then put it right in the center. Then I decided I would love to have a little bit of greenery and some florals. So I found these very petite little florals, little floral picks that I had gotten at Joann's. The same time I got those, I don't remember, those were geraniums I think I had earlier when I called them hydrangeas. I think they were geraniums. I got those a couple years ago on clearance after spring, and so I just poked a couple of them in there, and I absolutely love how this one turned out. it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it was entertaining. I hope that you want to try sublimation and that you're not intimidated. It's really not that hard. You just need to use the right products together. I want you to leave a comment below and let me know if you've used sublimation, if you want to use sublimation, or if you have no desire to use sublimation. But most of all, I want you to remember to be still and know that He is God.